Today is the day of the $10,000 Heads Up Championship, and I just won my first round. I played Vivek Raj Kumar. It was a really tough online player. I guess in the beginning of round two, I got pocket aces, and this hand came out where he raised before the flop. He made it 600, and on the button I made it 1,700, and he re-raised me to 5,200. And I decided to just flat call there because if he was raising with nothing, I could get him to bluff off some more chips, and decided that it was probably best to just flat call. And on the flop came 10-5-4, and I led into him for 4,500, which is smaller than what the initial re-raise was pre-flop. But I thought it was a good bet where he could definitely try to raise me there with anything, and he just calls. And the turn card was a king. Which might have hit him if he had ace king or king queen or anything like that. I checked, and he bet about 6,000 or so, and I shoved in for the rest of my stack. And he had me out chipped by a little bit, and it turns out that he had 4-5, so I was actually behind in the hand, where there was no way that I thought that I was losing at that time. But yeah, ended up an ace came on the river, so I won that hand, and he was down to 6,000. And from there, he played really tough. He was, not really giving me any chances to chip him down at all. He would just move me in every time I raised. And then, about 20 minutes later, half an hour later, he raised. He just doubled the bet. He just made the minimum raise, and I had 10-7 offsuit, but I decided to see the flop. And the flop was 7-6-4. I led into him for about 1,800 or 2,000 or something, and he shoved in for the rest of his stack another 4,500. And I think it was, I had to call there. I had top pair. He could be raising with a draw, and he had been raising enough that I had to stand up for myself. So I called, and he had ace-5, which was an up and down straight draw, and it bricked, and I won. I knocked out Vivek. He was a really tough opponent, and I'm really looking forward to the next round. So after I won my first round, I went over to go sweat my boyfriend Lex. This is Lex. Lex also made the final table of the 40K buy-in Hold'em event, and that was pretty prestigious. He ended up finishing 7th. And how did you do in your round?
It was going pretty well. I thought I was playing a random, but he was young, and he came, his betting patterns kind of told me that he knew how to play heads up, or that he played it a lot. And I asked for his name, and he plays 5,100, 100, 200 and stuff online. So then I was like, okay, we might have to make some moves now. And that actually worked out. So I chipped him down a couple times, and then he doubled against my 8-deuce offsuit, which was a huge bet beat. And I don't know, then everything went well. I was winning a lot of pots pre-flop, and then I just waited for the one spot where I could take him out, and I won 7s against ace-3, so nice life and second round.
Well, I don't really recommend people dating other poker players because usually it ends up really bad. If you're having a bad day and they have a bad day, it ends up 5 times as worse than it was if you were just a regular couple. But we managed to keep each other pretty sane.
Yeah, we kind of pull each other towards the middle. She's really solid, does smart stuff, and I do too much crazy stuff, and she pulls me towards the steadier, and I get her into spots where she should play or whatever. So, we help each other a lot, and we both complement each other in the way where we're strong and not mentally. So, what my weakest points are, she helps me out, and the other way around. So, for us, it works out great.
And besides poker, we're pretty much the same person, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the same hobbies and stuff, so we can really relate to everything, so it's awesome.
We're just having fun all the time.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, well, good luck in the second round, guys. I hope you get some fish as your next opponent.
I'll take unlucky over fish.
Me too. Thanks.